Yo Dog, I heard you like artifacts. Let's play some artifact tribal here with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. If you've watched the deck for a while, you have seen me in the past play Steel Overseer with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and that was just a whole blast of fun. We're back doing that again today, but we're taking a look at the 1/1 counter angle, which has proven to be pretty strong here in both Modern and Historic. Agatha's Soul Cauldron obviously is pretty decent with Hardened Scales, where for our activated ability to put a 1/1 counter on things, we basically get an extra one of those through Hardened Scales. Steel Overseer, same sort of deal. This 1/1 on each counter, or on each artifact creature, is a 2/2 on each artifact creature. And the +1 on each cast of artifact spells with Automaton becomes 2 every turn, or every time you cast something. We also run a couple of other things. We have Modular out of our Arcbound Shikari and Zabaz the Glimmerwisp. Basically, these allow us to move counters when things die and they enter with counters, so there's a lot of value to be gotten from that. Hoping that this Arcbound Shikari, which is a new card for me at the very least, will be able to do some damage here in Historic. Other than that, we're running just kind of the standard things. Stonecoil Serpent comes in with a 1/1 counter. For 1 mana, you get a 2/2, so it's already a pretty solid rate. Has protection from multicolored spells, and Steel Overseer does hit it. Hangerback Walker is one of the most powerful cards in this type of deck, just because that when it dies, you go super wide with Thopters, depending on how big it was when it died. And then Animation Module is another way that we can go sideways with anytime we put 1/1 counters on stuff, we can pay 1 to make a servo. So, you go wide with that, crank a couple Steel Overseers out, maybe get counters on stuff through Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Once all your board has, so basically once you go all in and you have a bunch of creatures, you can Steel Overseer, put counters on all of them, then all of them, presumably if you have a Steel Overseer in the graveyard, you can use Agatha's Soul Cauldron to make all of those Steel Overseers, and you can just absolutely murder your opponent in cold blood. It's great. And then we have 1 Haywire Might here just to deal with a 1 ring if it comes up. If we were playing a Modern list, we'd be able to basically find this out of something like an Urza Saga, but until that comes to Historic, this is just in here for an if we draw it, we draw it kind of situation. The other cool thing is the Mycosynth Gardens becomes a copy of whatever you want it to be, or whatever artifact you want it to be if you pay mana into it, so this is going to be another cool thing to do. More Steel Overseers, more Automatons, you name it, it's going to be great. With that being said, that is the deck here. One thing that's actually missing here, I'm noticing, is we need to drop 1 card, which is probably an Arcbound Shikari, for our 1 Ozolith. The 1 Ozolith ended up going into the sideboard by mistake. Or no, it didn't. Where's the Ozolith? Hello. There's the Ozolith. Okay, cool. No, we're good. I just had things selected weird. Alright, yeah. So then the other thing to talk about is the Ozolith, because once you have Hardened Scales out and you're moving things back and forth from the Ozolith, you get value just even more often through Hardened Scales. So all of these cards, very, very solid together. Buried Ruin can return artifacts from the graveyard to our hand. And yeah, the name of the game here is just get some Steel Overseers out, get some big Hangerback Walkers, Arcbound Shikaris into play, Patchwork Automatons. We just want it all. Let's just hop into some games and get some artifacts onto the battlefield. How about that? Before we do, if you want to support the channel, like the video, comment on it, helps me out with the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's hop into some games. Round 1, let's go. Hangerback's nice. The boss is a good turn 1 play, and we get Arcbound Shikari on turn 3. I'm down. We also have the colors to support all this, which is great. We will need to shock in, but it is what it is. I'll start with the green land just in case. The opponent's mulliganing heavily. We're going to need to go pretty aggro if they're on a combo deck. I think that was twice. Yeah, they're on a 5 land. Here's the boss. Oh yeah, Zabaz also kind of acts as an Ozolith. Ooh, Slitherblade, that's interesting. So we will need to shock twice in order to get our Shikari out on turn 3. I think it's worth to do that. Hangerback for X = 1, comes in with 2 mana. Sorry, comes in with 1 because of Zabaz. This can't be blocked, but it can do blocking, so I will not bother attacking. Sorry, it's a triggered ability, not an ETB. Or not like a enters the battlefield kind of thing. They attack with Slitherblade. Do they play another creature? They do not. Let's play the Shikari. We got a shock once again to do it. Oh, that's brutal. Essence captured me. You got it. We'll swing in here. Next turn, we will probably start using these 1/1 counters. Oh yeah, and sorry, Zabaz is only for modular. Alright, so they are just going to tempo me out here with mono blue tempo. That's kind of what it seems like. We will need to figure out a way to get around this stuff. Another can't be blocked type of creature. I think I just go in with the Glimmer Wasp here. We will make our Hangerback Walker bigger. Okay, so let's do Mycosynth Gardens maybe. Well, we'll play the Buried Ruins first. End turn. We can Buried Ruin and increase our Hangerback Walker, so we'll be able to play our Arcbound Shikari next turn. We go to 8. They can draw fine. I mean, it's unfortunate they probably have a counter spell here. Let's Hangerback Walker activate. We're going to Buried Ruin, taking back our Shikari. We get beaten out with Spell Pierce here, which I think is pretty likely out of opponent. We do our turn. The Ozolith coming in a little late, to be quite honest. We'll start with Shikari, since they know about that card. Alright, triggered ability, sweet. And then we'll just run out the Ozolith, see if that is allowed to happen. Alrighty. We get in for 5, then for 7. That does not kill my opponent. However, what does kill me is 2 attacks of 4. So we're going to have to figure out a good draw here that can make things work for us. They go in, can't be blocked. I think the writing's on the wall here. We've just been out-tempoed. Oh yeah, we have. Alright, that's Serpentine Ambush for 2. We are dead. That's actually something that I personally haven't seen too much out of these blue tempo decks. This is just a way to pretty much do exactly what you saw in this last game. Take 1 turn off the clock when you need it most. Pretty cool in this deck. I am a pretty big fan of those kind of effects. Yeah, so, you know, Slitherblade plus Mistcloak, Herald, Curious Obsession. You've seen it all before. Alright, quick round 1. Let's hop into round 2 and see if we can't turn it on our opponents. Here we go. Alright, well I just got back from a life gain matchup with this deck that took, I kid you not, 1 hour and 41 minutes to play, and it ended up resolving in a draw between the two of us. I'm probably not putting that in the video, so this will be a re-record of round 2, and I think that version of round 2 might just go up as its own separate video sometime here in the future. So look out for that if you're interested in some absolutely wild matchups. We'll keep this hand. I'm happy to get a Hangerback Walker out. Maybe I'll do it after this Hardened Scales comes down. We'll pass. Okay, so we'll actually just run out Hardened Scales and the Ozolith here. Opponent's on Yorion. And we find Agatha's Soul Cauldron here. I'm going to shock this in, and we'll go Stonecoil Serpent for 1. Comes in as a 2/2, and then we'll go Hangerback Walker for 1. Opponent decides they're going to kill my Stonecoil Serpent. That'll be just fine, because those counters get to go on to Hangerback Walker. We will put counters onto this, and now we have a 5/5. If they kill it, we'll still have 5 power on the board. It's all good. Alright, and here is Buried Ruin. I think I'm going to go ahead and Hangerback Walker for 2 here. Or am I? Yeah, I think it will. Well, we'll attack first. Hit him for 5. Put another 2-drop on the board. Alright, we're having a pretty good offensive game here. Ooh, Supreme Will. So this is a counterspell-based strategy, and they're running over 200 cards. So this is just every blue and white and black card in the game, I assume. Noted. I'm going to Fatal Push my Hangerback Walker. We're going to get 5 creatures. Put counters onto the Ozolith, and we still get to hit them for a lot next turn. Mycosynth Gardens. I'm going to Buried Ruin here. Returning Hangerback Walker. I'm thinking I'm just going to put this in as a 1/1, and we're going to move all the counters to it in case they decide to kill it again. Or in case they like have a board wipe. I think it's safer than putting it onto anything else. I'd like to get the value out of my Walker. Opponent goes to 11, and they need to do something about my board, otherwise I kill them next turn. Even if they wipe the board, I still kill them. Oh, exile all creatures. That's pretty good. We'll get Zabaz here, and we will get Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And then I will move to combat, putting all the counters onto Zabaz. We have 11 counters now, and we will end the turn. Still potentially lethal in 1 turn. Let's see if it can work. It is Ashiok. That's brutal. Sure. We're gonna lose our Zabaz. Is it when it exits the battlefield? Leaves the battlefield. Cool. So I'm gonna Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We will see if there's anything in my graveyard. There is the Stone Coil Serpent, which I'm happy to do. So we'll get 13 counters on the Ozolith here. Resolve.
Fade into the shadows.
Alright, move to our turn. Mycosynth Gardens, that sucks. We will, I guess just pass. We're looking for a creature here. Sure. It's actually kind of notable that we don't have Zabaz in the graveyard. It was a mistake to let them exile it from my hand. What I needed to do was activate it to kill itself so that I could exile it with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Then, if I draw a creature and it has the ability to attack, I can give it flying. So that's a bummer. Instead, now I gotta face down this 6/6. Alright, we need to draw a creature. That's a creature. And then Mycosynth Gardens can become a copy of it if it comes down to it. Put counters onto that. Say go. Mirex, okay. So now we are going to destroy target artifact that we control, being our Zabaz. Modular. I would like to not do that if possible. It's is modular a May ability? You may. Got it. Decline. Boom, boom. Sure. Take the damage here. We do need to find a creature now. Three damage. Actually, I think we're dead no matter what, right? Well, here's a Buried Ruin. Buried Ruin can get back something. It'll have to be Hangerback Walker, and then we'll exile Zabaz. That's fine. We'll play this first for 1. Move to combat, put all of this onto Hangerback Walker, take action. And then we will end turn, and then at combat we will ambush them. After attacks. It's fine if they exile the top. We're going to do this. We are going to take from our graveyard our Zabaz. Resolves. Walker goes to 21. Walker will destroy itself. We make 21 tokens, and we get 21 counters on the Ozolith. We should be able to kill our opponent. Alright, that's it. Well, we kind of just clawed back out of nowhere right there. I think we could have done it a turn earlier, honestly, but, you know, we were able to make it work. Definitely coming from someone who just played an hour and 41-minute game, I'm happy this one only lasted 8 minutes, thank God. Alright, that is round 2 out of the way. Let's hop into round 3. Alright, here we go, round 3. We have Patchwork Automaton. Ooh, yes, please. We will pay the 2 life for this one, starting out with the Hardened Scales. Turn 2 Patchwork Automaton into Agathis plus Zabaz. That is everything this deck wants to do. I hope they don't exile my Hardened Scales. Oh nice, Bitter Blossom, they're gonna kill themselves. Alright. Another Bitter Blossom, wow. So they're going to try to block me until the end of time, that's fine. Play another Buried Ruin, then it is... Yeah, I'm just going to curve out here. Alright, well, we're going to make them have to chump block every turn. I hope that they don't kill anything right now so I can play the Ozolith next turn. Nice. Opponent's at 14. Will Zabaz survive? Will Patchwork Automaton survive? I want both to survive. Oh my god, they're gonna get their spell countered. Wow. Alright, Megacenth Gardens, we go Steel Overseer, Ozolith. Alright. I'm fine making this trade if they want to do that. No, they're just going to take the damage. Alright, we'll end the turn here. On their end step, we'll exile Assassin's Trophy. Alright, so they're going to pay the ward correctly this time, sure. We'll go to 8. We get to put all those counters onto Zabaz. Should I exile Patchwork Automaton with Agatha's Soul Cauldron? I don't really know. I could also just return it with Buried Ruin. Let's see what my draw is first. It's a land, okay. So... Buried Ruin. Turn Patchwork. Play Patchwork. We will move to combat. Target Zabaz. Swing in. Swing in as well, to be honest. Yeah, we'll try to keep their creature count low. Okay, so they block. Fine. Ozolith is going to do its thing, or actually no, nothing happens because of the Ozolith. They're going to eventually die to this Bitter Blossom. I just got to make sure that I keep attacking so that they cannot utilize their tokens. Beseech the Mirror is an opportunity here. Murderous Rider. Okay. Sure. We do get to save all those counters, luckily. Alrighty. Well, there goes all the modular counters. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Fortunately, we can't deal with all the small creatures that they're putting out. That's the one annoying part. Well, I think I'm just going to take from my graveyard the Steel Overseer. Jimmer's Garden, we are going to probably cycle that one. However, I could copy my Patchwork Automaton, and I think that that's a good idea. Alright, it is a 1-1. We will put this in tapped here, and I guess just get in with our 15/15. Opponent goes to 2. They're going to have to find a way to gain some life here, otherwise they die. They're going to go for damage. That is not going to result in a win for them. Alright, well, I get the Soul Cauldron, take out our own Zabaz. Put some counters on this. We've got double 15/15s. Here's Buried Ruin. We might as well cycle this, see if we can find anything else. Hangerback Walker for 1, love that. And we have the win, alright. Well, our opponent kind of helped us get towards that end game here with the Bitter Blossom, but the Bitter Blossom was responsible for them not dying much quicker. Pretty good round 3. Let's hop into round 4. Okay, round 4. 2 more to go. I mean, the Ozolith is pretty strong. I have been liking every game that I keep that, so I'm down. We'll shock in for the Ozolith. Make sure that that gets to stick on the battlefield. Then we start dropping some Hangerback Walkers. I like the Arcbound Shikari. That would be nice on the play. Otherwise, it's going to be Zabaz plus Jetmir's Garden plus activate Hangerback Walker. Death Touch Lifelink, fine. Ooh, Steel Overseer. I'll put this in tapped. I'm gonna Steel Overseer. If they kill it, it'll be in the graveyard for when Agatha's comes around. Otherwise, I get to start making counters that get to stay on the battlefield forever. Another Death Toucher. Don't mind it that much. Alright, we get to go to our turn. We have a 4th mana, so that is Arcbound Shikari plus Zabaz. Get the most out of my Steel Overseer trigger. Oh, I messed that up. Ugh, so annoying. Okay, so then we get to swing in with 1, see if they want to block here. It will be a trade. Alright, and we'll get some flyers and some counters onto the Ozolith. Alright, and then 1 turn. Alright. Opponent can't deal with it. They need more targeted removal for the Steel Overseer. That card is so strong if left unchecked. Alright, well we just blasted through round 4 right there. We have round 5 coming right up. Stay tuned. Okay, it's the final round. Let's see what we can do here. We have a Patchwork Automaton and Animation Module. I mean, both of these are pretty sweet. I think if I go Animation Module into Patchwork Automaton into these other cards, it is the best bang for my buck in terms of going wide. Thoughtseize? No. Ooh, is it Animation Module or the Ozolith? Like, the Ozolith is just good. But Animation Module is also pretty good. I'm going to play the Ozolith. Animation Module is better once I have more mana. Tiny Bones. This is discard. Sure. Okay, 2 life. Automaton. Next turn we get to do a bunch of crap. Cut down, sure. Ooh, Soul Cauldron, great. Alright, so we're gonna play the Buried Ruin. Play Animation Module first, and then I think we'll use Zabaz to make a token. Ooh, will autopay. Now we got 2 creatures. Discards a card, and then mills a card. I will discard my land. You know what? I'm going to discard the Haywire Might. That thing's just fine in the graveyard. I don't block this. Okay, so I'm going to play the Cauldron. We now can save one thing out of our graveyard. Play this tapped, and we will say go after attacking. And then we'll also make a, that's fine, we'll discard our land, mill a land, it's okay. This is just a damage every turn, I don't care about that. Okay, so let's do this. We are going to exile from our graveyard our Haywire Might. The reason that I do this is because if they have a Waste Knot, then I want to be able to work around that. Mycosynth Garden, sweet. Boom, boom. We can do a similar Animation Module next turn. Sounds good. We'll need targeted removal if they want to work with, if they want to get in with Tiny Bones. I'm Hellbent. I feel fine being Hellbent until they exile my graveyard. Dread Presence, fine. I'm gonna try to kill something. Okay, well they're gonna be sad about that because I'm going to take a Zabaz out of my graveyard. Put a counter on that, and pay to make another servo. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I can just move these tokens on, or I can move the counters on something else. We will autopay. And then I can copy Zabaz if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to. What I can do is actually, I'll copy this for 1. Copying Animation Module. Now I can go really wide. Hangerback Walker, we will do that for 2. Put everything onto the Hangerback Walker, take action. Whatever, whatever, and don't bother to attack. We'll pass the turn. We can exile their Tiny Bones to make Hangerback Walker bigger. Destroy all creatures. Brutal. Alright, we will exile their Tiny Bones. Encounter onto the Hangerback Walker. There goes the board. But I get some stuff back. And I think I have a 2-turn clock here. Alright, opponent sees it. Let's go. Yeah, we did it again here with the Agatha Counters deck. Love this thing. Definitely playing in the Naya Color Pie is pretty fun, and I'd recommend that you guys give this one a try too. I think out of the decks that I've played involving Agathas, this is probably the best aggro one that I've played, and it feels very interesting to play. Like, there's cool lines, you get to build interesting creatures with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and it's overall a good time. If you want the deck list, I'll make sure that it is in the description of the video. That being said, if you enjoyed the content today, make sure to like the video and comment on it to help with the algorithm. And if you're new here and want to support the channel, you can do so by subscribing. It is free and easy. Also, watch out tomorrow for the uncut hour and 41-minute video of the longest game I've ever played in Magic with this deck. It's a mirror match. It's not a mirror match. It's a match against Life Gain, where they were comboing out, but I eventually scaled back hard enough to a point where I would have won the game, if not for Magic Arena's, eventual draw mechanic. So that one's kind of interesting. Look forward to that. I may or may not edit it into a more easier to digest video, or maybe it'll just be the full hour-long video. We will see. With that being said, that's all for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.